welcome to Cage Cat, and today we're playing and talking about Loomian Legacy and Roblox. Yes, I know we did this Loomian Legacy video like say 2 videos ago, but alright, I have some channel announcements before I start talking about the Loomian Legacy ideas. The first announcement is, so I did make a Dungeons and Dragons video. That's not going to be the main type of content on my channel yet. I might change to my main type of content, but I'm thinking I will still make Roblox videos like this one, so yeah. That was just a one-off sort of video I've been wanting to make for a while. And it's actually blown up. Well, not blown up, but it's gotten big for like smaller videos on my channel. Honestly, Roblox Defense Game videos don't really get that big, so. But still, that got bigger than I expected, and it's still growing, which is nice. But yeah. So I'm still going to be doing Roblox content, but I'm going to be branching out more. And that's just my main channel announcement. But yeah. We're talking about Loomian Legacy, so. Anyway, yeah, let's start talking about it. So the first thing is I would recommend watching the last video I did. I might recite things from the last one, but I know. I mean, that's kind of like my original ideas for this game. Also, the background's going to be cutting out in and out of the event, so yeah. The first thing is I'm actually doing a little bit of Roblox development. Not a lot, but like I do a little bit. So like, I know a little bit of how Roblox game development works because I have built maps for like, evolution event before, other two jerks to me. But still. I have to say, these event maps are really good, but that's the thing. So Loomian Legacy takes place in the region of Roria, so if you play a Pokemon game, you would know the region is a very important part of the Pokemon game because it's basically the entire location of the game. Each Pokemon game generation has like, it usually introduces one new region, and it used to be every game, but now it's every other game reuses a region. Every other generation. For example, Gen 1 of Pokemon, it was the first gen, so there's only one new region, but Gen 2 you go back to the Gen 1 region. Gen 3 goes back to the Gen 1 region again. Gen 4 goes back to the Gen 1 and 2. Gen 5, first generation not go back to a region. Gen 6 goes back to Gen 3's region. Gen 7 stays at Gen 7's region. Gen 8 is now going to go back to the Gen 4 region, so you get what I mean. They redo their regions occasionally, but Loomian Legacy is reusing the Roria region from Pokemon Brick Bronze. Now, map-wise, it feels like the map's kind of like very linear where you go. In Pokemon games, the better ones are known for having non-linear maps. The new generation of Pokemon not having linear maps have super linear maps, which is why they're kind of not as fun. But I honestly think, not to mention Roria as a region is. Well, they have to redo so much stuff in Pokemon Brick Bronze to make it similar enough, but I honestly feel like there should be some more stuff done at the Roria region, to be honest. Like, seriously. For one, some of the Loomians actually mention areas in Roria that we haven't seen yet. For example, Tatab, the evolution, full evolution of Feline and the instant Feline Felper line, mentions a jungle. Himber mentions snowy mountains, so you can see Loomians already mentioned different areas, and Illuminati mentions a beach or ocean, and next update we literally got the last thing in the as the directions of where to go next in story mode. One of them says you go to the beach, so that's going to be the next major story update or the 4th gym update. But yeah. So anyway, now we know that the 4th gym is getting added. When that gets added, it's going to have the beach, so that one's going to be interesting. But we certainly need the jungle and the mountain. Not to mention we need a desert area. It feels like we need we have a lot of the basic areas. We kind of need like an ocean, a desert, and we kind of need some more variation in land areas and biomes. Because that'll give you some more Loomians. But that's not what we're going with right now. I mentioned that because Pokemon Bronze, I didn't get to play it too much before it, died. I didn't get to the 3rd gym, which is kind of by the volcano, which is equal to Route 5, so I only really got up to where the 2nd town is in Loomian Legacy, so the regions of Roria and Pokemon Bronze and, Loomian Legacy are a little bit different. You get what I mean, right? Like, there's differences between them, so, yeah. Anyway, the next thing on the agenda is to mention the, what we can do with the map that isn't like copying Pokemon Brick Bronze's map, because that's what the region's based off of. And we'll still make it unique. So the first thing is those vent things. So two major things that we can use to get new areas are the vents and the water. Well, right now we've had the darkness, the grass. Instead of using a light up and a fire thing, which will destroy walls and stuff around the environment. Well, we've already had those wall destroyers for a while, and they were introduced so early on. They mainly just meant they're not really important. I feel like, and so you don't want to unlock too many secret areas, and they've been in the game forever. So I guess this is the firewall thing hasn't been ever used. So anyway, the next thing on the list, the first gym list is just the fly ability from Pokemon, but it's called Geohop. There's no copyright stuff, But the two that we can see in the map right now are water surfing and vents. I think surfing's gonna be the next one because of the theory that the next series is underwater. Then, that makes sense. That surfing will be the next one. And the last one's the vent. Like, if you look at Igneous Hall, it's like only give the ancient civilization is a vent thing that allows you to go up to a higher area, which leads you to a bridge that leads to a opening. Or in the Gale Forest, when some of the events will literally lead up to some ancient ruins and NPC mentions, where are they? And you can hop up there once they unlock and to give that, which you probably then these can easily be used. Those two things can easily be used to unlock so much. Like the surfing thing can easily be used to maybe like mounts, but they work on water. So you have different Loomians for that. And with top of that, you can get around like areas like. Route 8 has some areas you can get to. Route 2 literally has a secret box that you can glitch over to. I've actually done it. I have a perfect glitching avatar for it. And a much limited amount, so I can get over there. And you can see the, there's a secret box in Route 2 and some grass. So I'm just wondering when that's, and eventually all this stuff before, so we can easily use these new little areas, like even the cave and stuff. On Route 5, you can use this stuff to unlock, kind of expand the map outward in like the secret areas. And these secret areas could connect up to other towns and stuff, maybe, that we couldn't get to, like that weren't in Pokemon Bronze because they're connected to a route that didn't exist in that game. I can honestly see that being, the plan. No, I just mentioned I literally spent half the video talking about, map, so. What can we use? So another thing I'd mention about the map though is that we have what's it called? We have the event areas. And another thing this is what I'm trying to get this whole entire time, but yeah. The event areas are in fact parts of the Roria region, but like you never really get to go there besides for the event. It's basically just a super geo hop there. But then they're part of Roria and where are they in the map? Like, the map right now is very similar to Pokemon Bronze, but it's the differences. And we haven't gotten to see the map would look like fully finished because it's just in such an early start in the game. It's weird to say it's early start in the game, it's been out for like 2 years, but it is. And so we don't have a world map yet, or the starting of one, we can use the Pokemon Bronze one for reference, but like, they're different. But yeah, so like I said, there's jungles and stuff that haven't been seen before. Another thing, on this list is the fact that we could. Megas are probably coming in the next episode, but that's besides the point. Well, anyway. But I honestly can see the event areas being added as, at least on the world map, or show up on the world map, for example, Sweet Retreat, the area that we're just in. If you look out of the capture registry and you look out the window, you can see kind of like this little route area, which looks very similar to Route 5. And on top of that, Route 5, I guess, has a secret area in Igneous Hollow. This could honestly be connected up to Route 5, because it honestly could literally be its own route. Like, what I seriously mean is, like the route, like the Sweet Retreat could have like its own route that connects up to the area in the game, or even looks like Route 8 as well. But it could, it could be added to the game. Maybe you cannot go in the back area of Sweet Retreat, or even work on the machines like you could in the event. But you could go into the area and, but maybe you spend the rest of your cake points if you're going that route in that area. And maybe that could be something new added in the next update. And they just have to revamp that route a little bit because if you glitch out of bounds, stuff I might have seen, it's not fully finished. But that could be part of a route. You know? Not to mention the Halloween event area, you can still go there, so that's something interesting on the mention. The event areas could probably be, you know, now the newest event limits can be rallied too, which just makes it even weird, cooler. And another thing is, what's it called? The snow area, what's it called? Jolly Village, that event area. Well, Jolly Village could be, you know, repurposed in, Jolly Village doesn't really have to connect up to anything too much, or maybe it could connect it up, but how it's designed doesn't really fully connect up to anything else, but it could be like a little landmark and like a little like route area on like the side outside of town, could be its own little route thing. That's like in the top of Roria, maybe by like the mountains like I mentioned before. So yeah. So maybe it could be like up by the mountains and like out of the area where you could get to normally in game, but it still shows up in the world map. The Halloween 2020 event clearly won't show up in the world map because it's a different dimension. But still, what they did is, this would kind of inspire the two other events that we fit in, is that you can still spend your sweet your item rewards for the event in the area, so you know. It was kind of interesting seeing the event areas from main areas of the map that we just couldn't get to before. And, you know, on top of the fact that the map is, like I said, you know, not like you got like little secret areas branching out that lead to different areas of the map. I also kind of want to see maybe, so the like 5 stage like roadmap. I think the first stage is Master, which has already happened. The second stage is for Gym, already happened. First stage is UMV, already happened. Fourth stage is the 4th gym that hasn't happened yet, and the 5th stage is the underground dungeon thing. Maybe, you know, this sounds interesting. Like, you fight for dungeons, and maybe it can be like randomly generating, and then you can come out and maybe at different point, like 5 points around the map. That would be cool too, you know. Makes sense. Like the dungeon thing, maybe it'll be randomly generating. You can do fighting stuff, and then eventually you'll come up, and you can come out like different areas of the map, or maybe even some secret areas in the map. Or maybe areas that can have the secret areas, so that would be kind of cool. Now, the other thing I want to mention is the Easter event. I don't know if there's going to be one, but this is my theory. So, Egghunt 2021, right, all the games are picking the developers and working on them for Egghunt 2021. I think Egghunt 2021 will actually be in Loomian Legacy. Well, the first thing is first, I feel like the event, because there's so many new people you can get, I don't think they're going to have to beat the first. Problem with the event is that you have all the other events. You've had to at least beat the first gym for the Jolly Village and the newest one, the Sweet Retreat. But for Halloween, you need to beat the first 3. I think you're just gonna need to beat the tutorial for the Easter one. So, but how they can make, but yeah, what they can do is make it so like you have like an egg island that's on the side of Roria. And like another thing is, you know, about this egg island could be that maybe there's this massive event map like. It'll last for the entirety of the event. Like you have not 1 but 3 towns. Like not like well, kind of like the size of Jolly Village towns. Like and the one you teleport to, and 2 other ones. And you can actually geo-hop between the 2, and there's actually weather in this area. But how the different towns, you know, interact. So there's routes connecting the 3 of them up. However, the problem is, how about these routes? Is the fact that you're gonna need to beat the first gym. Like, you only have the starting route and what the egg is for the egg hunt, and the starting town for if you don't have the tutorial. Once you need the first gym, you get the light up thing, which allows you to unlock this to go up to the second town and hide a little stuff and spawn and more event and stuff for people who want for the egg hunt in the third. And after that, you can use the burn thing to get the third area. You know, you can geo hop between these towns, maybe even or areas, maybe even another area where you can only surf to with the new stuff. Or even maybe even the one that you use the events to get to if that's been added at that point. But yeah. And the Easter event will also have like some mission, like maybe you have to be like an evil team or something, like an evil egg team or whatever, and get the egg for the egg hunt. It'll be super easy, and maybe it'll scale up level depending on how many gyms you beat, and then you get what I mean, right? It'll be kind of interesting to see the egg hunt being added, and if like I mentioned, the idea of the world map being like, all interconnected with all the events. This will be some island off to the side of the map. But yeah. This is the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe to Cage Cat on YouTube. And if you're wondering why I talk so fast in my videos, it's because I don't have enough time to make videos. I can only make videos under 15 minutes. It's really dumb. If I could make longer videos, you know, I wouldn't talk so fast. And peace.